for tuning in to another episode of Talk is Cheap with Kiana J. I am your host, Kiana J, your favorite bartender at 42nd Street Bar and Grill. Kiki, do you love me? All back, no ass, just a little plump. You know how we do it.
So sick of you.
And I'm here with my co-hosts.
Treese Marie, drop the toxic.
That was so fucking dry, bro.
Right, fam. You just said that.
I'm trying to do two things at one time. Y'all know who I am. Don't do that.
Put some love into it at least.
I'm trying to do two things. I'm trying to multitask here.
Make it sound convincing.
Treese.
I'm trying to multitask.
She busy.
Y'all know I'm medium slow. Don't do that.
At least you're
Okay,
honest.
and then we have our guest today. We are doing a show on finances, so we have a finance advisor here. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Charcora Palmer, and I am the owner and CEO of Total Power Financial Services. And thank you for having me on tonight. Let's get with it.
Thank you for coming.
She
We
been laughing-
appreciate
she
it.
been
Hey,
laughing at us since she got
Courtney.
here.
Huh?
She's been laughing at us since she got here.
Look.
Low key is comedy. It's a comedy show.
It is.
A little bit.
I'll take that.
Hey,
It's
Webby.
flawed.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Webby. He's always on time. I always expect you to be here. You better not never miss a show ever in life.
You
Okay.
can't be threatening.
Yes, I can. They're my friends.
You know what it is.
They're my friends. I threaten them every time. Yes. Okay,
I
so
ain't got to take this.
as you know, we do a liquor segment. Oh, first, y'all know what week it is? It is, what week is it, Treese?
Your birthday.
My birthday week. My birthday is Thursday. I bought a crown. Boom. Let me put it on right. Oh, wait. I can't see.
Don't look into that.
Is it?
To the right. To the right. Well, you got your headband on.
There we go.
I don't care.
think it's-
Okay, no. Okay, yeah. And,
It's
okay,
good,
yeah, you're
Queen.
good.
Boom.
Yeah.
It's my birthday week. My birthday is Thursday. I will be chapter 41. So, yes, I am getting up there. On the inside, it do feel like it. On the outside, it don't look like it. You know? So, I brought my fancy crown. As y'all know, I do a liquor segment, so...
Oh, hey, play the song. You gotta do the dance your brother was doing.
Oh, I can't duplicate that.
He almost took me out with
She
that.
ready, y'all. She ready.
I can't duplicate that.
Oh, hey, Courtney, freckle friend. Hi.
Okay, so as y'all know, we do a liquor segment. So wine, because guess what? My producer that drank my wine didn't bring it.
Look, I had a bunch of obligations and I forgot to grab it out the fridge from the house.
Would you like some
Why
wine
you didn't
to drink?
keep it in the car? It's cold outside.
No.
Why
I didn't
not?
want to get too cold that the
Caramel
bottle
apple
broke.
Moscato.
Uh-huh.
Seriously. Besides a lot of shit in the trunk of my car. I don't want that bottle rolling around. Next thing you know, my whole car smells like honey peach.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get to it. This is the show about financials.
Heavy-handed today.
So we're
It's
gonna
her
start.
birthday. Drink up.
Technically not.
Because this episode dropped on Thursday. It's her birthday.
Yeah, it drops on Thursday.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna start with credits, and then we're gonna try to move it into financials, how you do need money with credit, and then we're gonna try to figure out credit, finances, and relationships. Okay, we're gonna try to. Hello.
You good.
We're gonna try to put all this
Hello.
in one show tonight.
What?
So y'all listen up. I hope y'all learn something from this, and let's go. So, Shakora. I have a cousin named Shakora. Her name's Shakora Kiana.
Sweet.
But let's start with credit. How important is credit for a person?
Credit is very important. because you have to be able to leverage the things that you want in life into able to be able to obtain, whether it become a homeowner or even starting a business. Your credit should be there and should be at a certain level, so you'll be able to obtain those funds and apply. When you apply for loans, you can get them. You know, if you want to expand or grow your businesses, or even it's just for a simple credit card. You know, you want to be able to have that power of leveraging. You know, so yeah, credit makes the world go around. You know, it really does, and it stops us and keeps us from a lot of opportunities. As a people, it really does.
And that's why I was about to go with that. As a people in the Black community, as smaller children, a lot of us wasn't taught about credit. We're learning as we get, because I'm just really learning, to be honest. And every time my credit score go up, I do a dance like whoop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
I just got an increase on my credit card yesterday. I was like,
woo! You winning now. It's winning season.
Every time.
What age do we start talking to our kids? How do we help them establish good, healthy credit?
This is a two-part answer to that question.
Okay.
We definitely don't want to, long story short, we don't want to wait until they turn 18 to start talking about it. Because especially if they're going to, say they go off to college. I know what happened to me. Went off to college. I was actually 17 when I went to college. And, of course, there they are right on campus. Yeah. And free money. I didn't know nothing about that.
Right.
And I got them, and I ran them up.
Right.
So, definitely, that is too late to start talking about it when you become an adult. Simple things that we can do to educate our youth is to start as early as possible. When they start talking and they start walking and they start, smelling themselves, like the girls, they love doing their hair and their nails, and the boys, they love to play basketball. And when they old enough for that, it's time to talk.
Okay, my daughter will be 16 in 2 weeks.
Talk now. And that credit card you have,
should I add her on it? Because I was
authorized use that.
Yeah, I was debating about
authorized.
I was debating on that. Yeah,
you can start early.
Wait
okay.
a minute.
Rewind.
Do you give them the card when
no, they just can use your card, correct?
They can use your card. Don't give them a card, but it is reported to their credit report, and it'll backdate from when you first opened it up. So they get that history. Okay. But you don't have to put that card in their hand.
Okay.
But they're riding off
Cut
your
that card up
credit.
ASAP.
Okay.
Because I know my job, you can add them, and they'll send them a card. Nope, get that card, cut that card up. Don't even let them know you got a card.
Right.
Exactly.
But just make sure you pay your bills on
what
time.
I do will report to her.
Exactly.
Okay.
So say you opened that card 2 years ago and you put her on there. Once you add her as an authorized user, it's going to add that 2-year history as well.
Gotcha.
So her credit report.
Okay.
That's good, Webby. Where's my questions up here so they can see?
Okay. That's good to know. Because it always asks you, like, you want to add. And I'm like, no, I ain't got nobody I want to add to my card.
That's a good way to help your children
okay.
build their credit early.
Yeah, because she wants to go out of state for college.
Okay.
Webby said, let's make sure we say the card has to be in good standing.
Oh, I keep my cards in good standing.
She good. I told her that because
people out here in the world.
Don't
just be
adding. Okay, gotcha.
My crown is crooked.
Yeah, because if you have late payments, they will then have late payments
Gotcha.
on their card. So yes, make sure it is in good standing. Thank you, Webby, for that announcement.
Yeah, he said my 10 and 4-year-old credit already established. Good job. So that is good to know that you can help establish people credit, your kids' credit early. Then you also teach them responsibilities to financial. Now, when it comes to credit, people think that you just need credit to get everything that you want. You also need funds to back up what you buy.
Right, because how you going to pay it back?
That part. Otherwise, you're going to ruin your credit if you can't pay for it.
Pay
I'm
it back.
get a BMW and not have to pay for it to take it off the lot.
How you going to pay it back? I know that much.
But you need the funds to keep up with it. Your interest payments might be low because of your credit and all that stuff. Let's talk about financials. How much, I'm not going to say how much, how financially established should you be to start going to buy like things like homes and stuff like that?
So that's a good question, because when you're talking about purchasing a home, you're also purchasing more debt.
Right.
Okay, so you want to make sure that you can be able to handle those payments. Now, if you're purchasing a home and it becomes an investment property, or something that you're going to be getting paid off of, so you're going to say it's a duplex. At least that duplex, the resident that you have in that other unit is going to be paying for the mortgage itself. So it only becomes a better fit for you, and it's only going to help you if you have income coming in. And I think that's where we have things a little confused within our community. Buying a home is great, but make sure you also get some properties in which you are getting paid for those properties. Rent them out. We need more properties of our own in the city of Milwaukee.
Yeah.
In the city of Milwaukee, we have most of the population of the city, but we own the less.
Yes.
And we rent more.
Yes.
Makes no sense. It's backwards. It's backwards. We need to buy up some properties and get some revenue from them as well, so that we can increase our bank accounts and we can create legacy within our communities.
I agree.
Yeah, very much so. And you need credit and a little finance to do so. So make sure. I hope y'all listening to this. Now, see, y'all tune in to all this other stuff when we talking ratchet, but when we talking real stuff, nobody want to pay attention. But I hope y'all listening.
I have a question. So, do you think it's a good idea to start a business with bad credit? Because I see a lot of people do that, but then they say, "Well, I could get credit from off my business." But shouldn't you want to have good credit yourself first, and then venture off into that?
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I'm a firm believer. Everybody's timing is not the same. Now, somebody may start their business and their credit might be jacked up, but their hope and as they're building their business is to be able to, pay off debts and get their stuff together.
Yeah.
So I'm not one to condemn that. Everybody has to start somewhere. But if you're leaning more so on the business credit side, like putting business credit things in your business credit name, and your personal side is jacked up, that's a problem. We have to pay attention to both. We have to pay attention.
That's what I thought myself.
Both of them need to be
Glad you
up to
confirmed
speed.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It doesn't matter where you start. Start.
Okay, because if you start with bad credit, some of us start with bad credit because we didn't understand credit. Yeah. Is it easier to rebuild credit?
It's a process. Just like it was a process for, things that we didn't know when our credit, went downhill. It's a process to rebuild that, and really it's twice as hard. To be honest with you, and I'm just want to be frank.
And twice as long.
I've been working for a year.
It is
on it. Yeah.
Essentially, all it takes is 1 month.
Yeah, it's easy
let it go 1 month.
Yeah. Right.
1 month and 30 points.
Yeah, 30, try 50 for one card. Wait a minute.
Oh, credit cards. Credit cards way the highest.
Yeah, mine dropped like 47 when Corona hit, and I lost my job. I was like, ooh, wait a minute. Somebody's borrow me some money so I can put on this credit card.
Right.
Wait a second. Because that 47 points hurt my heart. That was, yeah.
Well, yeah, that little dropper, if you know about your credit and stuff, it kind of hits you where it hurts. It's kind of like a hurt after a boyfriend break up with you, your heart kind of breaks. Like, oh, wait.
Facts.
Let's fix that. We gotta fix this. Okay, so I want to. You have a company where people can come in and get their credit fixed or repaired and things of that nature. I'm not trying to take away from your business, but I know a lot of people that can do credit repairs at like. My sister taught me how to repair my credit. What's the difference between you and someone else?
basically it's the same difference. The same difference that we go to get our oil changes, but we may be able to do it ourselves. It's basically a matter of whether you want to take the responsibility to do it yourself, in which I provide some options in order to do that if that's what you want to do. And some people just want hands off. Like, I just want somebody to do it for me. I don't have time for this. I work too much. I don't know what to do. They're too confused. And so they would rather someone else, help them rebuild their credit or what have you. So I think it's all in choice, in the commitment you're willing to put personally and the time you're willing to put personally, because it is definitely one of those things that you have to stay on top of if you really want to make some improvements. It's a process, and it's a commitment that is going to be needed to do so.
To check it every time, every day.
Every day? Every day?
I check mine every day. I check it every day.
You don't need to check it every day.
I'm upset.
What is it?
Well, it's connected to my credit card, so if I pop on the app, I
mean, I give you every other week maybe, but
when you
gotta do it every
A
day.
credit card will give you a ding, so I'm like, oh, what
You
happened?
better turn that off.
What happened? Okay. With that being said, credit building and credit fixing are two different things.
Oh,
correct?
yes. Oh, yes. It's definitely building. Is basically you're building. It's just what it is. You are starting to build your credit, or to add different trade lines or anything in order to boost your.
That's what I want to ask, the trade
boost
line thing.
Yeah.
Okay, once you finish.
Doing things to boost your credit score in particular. Repairing is just getting the negative stuff off. And I think there's been a misconception as it relates to people. Like, I get clients all the time, or potential clients all the time. They may call or come in and ask, say, I want to get my credit together. Need to get my credit fixed. But in the discussion, in the preliminary discussions and asking questions, it's not really that you need to repair. We need to build.
See, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, and sometimes we have to do both. And having good credit is just not getting the bad stuff off your credit. It's having a good credit mix.
Yeah.
A good
Because
credit
I met
mix.
with someone, and he was like, you only got one negative thing on your credit report, which was a medical bill. Okay, I could get that off. And he's like, you don't have good credit. So that's when I started looking into stuff like, what can I do to get good credit?
So some of those things, and I know we talked about a credit card, and credit cards are awesome as it relates to building credit. That's a good way to start. A lot of us are afraid of, no, I don't want nothing to do with no credit card. But look, those credit cards
It helps.
are like 35% of your credit score.
My credit score went up like 40-something points when I got my Discover card. And it was just like, well, goddamn.
Yeah, what I do, I get gas or pay like the Wi-Fi bill on it. Nothing like too major, because I know I can pay that back.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely. But the only thing that you should keep in mind when you have the credit cards, yes, they do help build your credit, but it's the over usage. It's the over usage.
Right.
Anything over 30%, I say 20. To be honest with you,
Yeah, they send you a ding.
total. Yeah, of the total.
Your usage is too high. Yeah,
You definitely do not want to max it out. You definitely don't want to go over that 30% utilization, or you will see the negative dings on your credit or on your credit score.
I figured that out.
Yeah, companies they don't go by you fixing or nothing on your credit. They go by your payments and you building your credit, the activity on your credit report. So that's a big, because they see that you can pay things and do things. So yeah, I know this. So speaking of credit and finances, let's go into what we do best: relationships.
Look at me, Paul. I ain't do nothing.
Because you're going to have something slick to say.
No, I'm not. This y'all show.
Finances is a big part of a relationship. People get divorced, relationship breaks up. A lot of people get married because it's business, not even for love anymore. It's business. What if, say you got married for business purposes?
I don't like them air quotes.
Because I don't understand that part. And then people, because everybody goes through
a lot of people doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
a lot of
business
people
thing.
doing that.
Oh, it goes down.
Yeah.
It does.
I know.
What if people goes through things like, let's say, coronavirus. You know?
Right.
You married for business, not love. Well, we gonna get divorced because you feel some type of way because our finances is not right. We lost jobs. Our business that we have is not as lucrative as it was before.
Talking to the mic.
How? Huh?
Talking to the mic.
You know. Hold on. You know, how do we fit finances into relationship? Let's start about when do we have a financial discussion?
Every Sunday.
At the dinner table.
I say
Every
before
Sunday.
getting married.
I say
Every Sunday.
do you have it in the
I'm not
beginning?
talking about it every day on
dating.
Sunday.
Yeah, you do.
I think y'all
I
every
think
month
it's-
y'all should bring financial to the
If
table.
I'm dating somebody, I don't care what you're
Dating,
I
you
don't
really
care.
shouldn't.
I
'Cause
don't
of course
care.
you
Dating
shouldn't
for
date
what?
if you can't
Yeah.
afford it.
That's not.
But
yeah.
we're not going to talk about the dating phase. But when
No,
y'all,
because-
when
But
y'all a
marriage,
couple,
yeah.
Yeah, because are you dating for, if you just dating just not for relationship purposes, then no, we're not going to talk about y'all. But see, some people like offer that shit up anyway. and be
because that's
lying.
because they want to feel like they the man by saying they
Yeah,
make this much money,
right,
they
I
got
don't
this
care.
much
I
car.
don't care. It's just-
Mess with
it-
me
it
because
be the
I
start
got
of
it.
A
No.
conversation with me for some reason, like I make this like nigga, I don't care. But anyways,
I say
What-
before
if you're
marriage.
dating,
You should always
to
have it before
be
you
in
get
a
married,
relationship
regardless.
with
Yeah.
this person. When do you have this conversation about finance?
When your money and her money become our money.
Wait, huh?
That's too late.
No. You
That's
can
too late.
you can do it. Not the marriage part, but even when you like, you know, people are still dating. They're committed. They're in a solid relationship. You're getting ready to move in together. Before you move in together, you got to start having that conversation.
well, okay, I
Because
agree with
that's what I'm
that.
saying.
Yeah,
That's why I
yeah.
said every Sunday, because that's an inside joke for me. But you do have to have that conversation often, because I could have a spending habit where I might make XYZ dollar amount every month, and 10% I go and blow it regardless of whatever is going on. Whereas in you save the whole check. You might pay all the bills on the first. I might pay the bills when they come. Like the bill, hey, it's due on the 3rd, it get paid on the 3rd. It's due on the 15th, it get paid on the 15th. Or you might got that one person was, it's due on the 3rd, but they'll give you to the 16th. You
Got
might get
you.
them kind of people.
Yeah.
So you got to learn like how do you manage your money? Because sometimes it's all about, well, what you're doing is not necessarily right. Let me show you how to adjust it and make it better, or how it can fit to our budget. Because you get some people who get paid bi-weekly, but you're lucky that it's off weeks. So it might be, okay, this week you pay this bill, next week I pay that bill, this week. You got to have that conversation of how the money is going to be spent.
Right.
True. But I still think it's too late if you're doing it right before y'all about to move in together. You done messed up. Yeah, that's too late.
It's too late.
Like
I'm not saying it's not, though.
Just say I'm coming in broke. Now spent up all my damn money.
Like you
If
didn't
we've
even
been
know
talk-
all
but if
this
we've
time.
But if we've been
But I'm
talking
here
before
now.
we move
What you
in,
gonna do about
I
it?
should know
Right.
that you broke already, or else you wouldn't
Nah.
be moving in.
No.
I'm just saying.
Because nobody asks these questions.
How
That's what
how
I'm
soon do
saying.
you ask your mate their credit score?
Huh?
How soon do you ask your mate your
You
credit
know
score?
what?
Want to get serious?
Yeah.
That's saying it, when it starts
I
getting
never
serious.
start getting serious.
Because I ain't never really been in nothing serious in the last 5 years.
Even before, oh, that's why you
Yeah.
didn't know no better before
Right, I
then.
know no better.
What about you,
know what I'm
Treese?
saying?
When it start getting serious.
How often have you asked them? Like, out of all the people you've been serious with, have you done it for all of them, or just as your knowledge got better about what it is?
Just my last relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you shocked with the number?
Both of them was fucked up. So mine's hers.
And y'all still said we here?
But yeah, kinda. She started working on hers before me. It took the breakup for me to be like, I need to get my shit together because I was dependent on her. So then I started getting mine together when I got single.
I'm proud of you.
Proud of myself. Thank you,
I'm
Bridget.
proud to see you grow as a woman.
Thank you, BFF.
Maybe you might
Wish
not
you
be
would
that
be here this
toxic.
weekend with the rest of us at the party. But,
I'm not going to go there.
My thing is, a lot of relationships break up because people don't have this conversation.
Yeah.
And then they try to work through it during the relationship because it don't work because sometimes it's so bad. Now, you can be, both of y'all can be a good credit standing, both of y'all can have good financials, but hard times hit. You run out of stuff.
You better learn how to use your 401k.
Your credit, and you not pulled out your 401k. And you even dipped into your savings.
Some people don't even know they got a 401k.
But I'm just saying, this has happened. Then what? What do we do?
You gotta pull out the hustle.
You basically
You gotta pull out the hustle.
Divorce?
Nope.
Hell no.
You pop it for a pimp
That's
on
what people are
OnlyFans.
doing.
No. The
They
struggle.
marry for business. They don't know how to. They didn't know how to marry for love.
But
See,
not
that's a
but-
different conversation.
But here's
That's
the
a
thing.
different conversation.
But here's the thing, though, and I'm gonna keep it honest with you. Those who marry for business plan for a rainy day too.
I hope so.
Most people who marry, no. Keep it a
I hope
buck.
so.
Most people who marry for business, they made the marriage move because the financial would grow faster, but they always had a backup plan. They always planned for not being broke. Now, don't get me wrong, their rainy day is not expected to last a whole year like Corona did.
Right.
Maybe 30, 90, something. But within that 90 days, they're working on a plan B. They're working on a plan C. If this money is their motivation, believe me, they will always find a way to at least survive. They may not be as successful as they was, but they're going to figure out a way to survive. Look at some of these businesses that were once making beer. They flipped it and started making sanitizers instead. The same thing with people who marry for business purposes. They'll figure out a way to change what business I have here and make it work in whatever is going on. They still might not sleep with each other, but they'll still figure out a way to at least maintain the money.
That's true. That's true. That seems like an uncomfortable conversation to have. How do you start that conversation off when you dating somebody? Because it is a lot of conversations are.
Sometimes you just gotta say it. You just
pull
lay
out your credit report.
like after y'all just got done making Tinder love.
That's uncomfortable. If that's uncomfortable, let's put it in perspective. If I can't ask you about that, maybe we should be moving forward because it's a problem. It's an issue.
This is what I've been doing. You know how you start talking to somebody and they be like, so what you like to do? And I'll be like, well, I've been fixing on my credit. I'm in school. So then that's how I start the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Put it out
Then
there.
you say, so what about you?
Right.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna see what the return is.
So she just let it slide on me.
Yeah.
See, me, I'm a Sagittarius, so I ask you, it's like, what's your credit score?
Just straight
Don't
up.
ask me nothing.
Straight up.
Just ask, you got to.
Ask me about.
Or ask about goals
ask
and
me
ambitions.
Right.
Right.
I'm not gonna
And
tell you my
Like,
score.
what's your credit like?
I'm not
Can
telling
we,
you my
let's go into
score.
business together. Can I
I'm
trust
just gonna
you?
tell you I've been working
How
on
much of a
building my
loan
credit.
can we get together?
No, we not getting nothing.
That's why.
What can you get on your own?
Exactly.
I can get a 40.
Nowadays,
I can get a
Wait,
45,000.
when
Can
he
you
put
get?
that out there?
How long you been? How long you been on your mama mortgage?
When you just like,
No, but no, no. The funniest thing in the world though with me, because I work a kind of job where we literally have to look at all that kind of stuff. If I'm dating somebody, I just go research on my own.
See, that's gonna get you beat up.
You
Okay.
don't know. I just go.
You gonna slip it out. I see Cap.
Okay,
But what he doing is
it's
just
no
wrong.
different.
Get out my business.
Look, I don't care. You got a record. We all have to change, but I need to know what your score is.
We gonna fight.
I need to know how often you
fight.
pay your bills on time.
We fighting.
I need to know
We gonna fight.
how many 90 days you got on your
Don't
report.
worry about that.
Okay. No, I have
not
to
talking
worry
about
about
the
that.
past. We talking about
because
the
we get
present.
married and your score is only a 420. And I ain't talking about weed. I don't know we can move on with this relationship. I can live with the fact that you killed two men back in
well,
85.
like she said, what if she lost her job? She had to use her credit cards to pay, get.
Right. I'm
Sometimes
on hard
her
times
credit-
right now.
Her credit score is
But
not.
but
hard
Right.
times.
because my
But
job
this
let me.
the time you decided you wanted to do a background
Right.
check.
I'm on
But
hard
it tells
times.
you how
It
recent,
made-
so I'm realistic.
It made you feel.
Well, I can't be
like,
doing
this
that bad
ain't
because
gonna
I got a
work.
credit increase yesterday.
That's what I'm
So
saying. If
But
okay,
I still
because I could do that, it also would tell me when it happened. So I know we in a hard situation. If we're talking, you're telling me these stories. So if I happen to see this information, I see you went from a 600
stalking.
to a 530. It's no
Stalk.
different than C-Cap. It's quiet. Okay.
you a stalker.
So
Tom.
then I see it went down to a
Checking
520.
it out.
Teach me how to do this because
Right.
I couldn't
How
even
do you
find
do
out
that?
if a nigga was married. I tried to
Oh,
look it up
shit.
and it would come up. Like, so y'all need to
do we-
teach me how
She
to
need-
investigate.
Well, here
She
and
want all
there,
the
we
tea.
still found out that he was married. So that's all that matters.
She want all the tea.
We found out.
When you want it, when you first meet him, what? You going
I
home,
need
right?
to because look, lately, everybody that talks to me be married and then they lie about it.
Because
It's
we
just-
old now and old folks.
Yeah, but I don't want your ex-wife debt on my, like, I don't want
That-
your debt on, no. Don't
As a
bring that
woman,
shit
y'all
up
should
here.
want to check a man's credit because if he got child support issues,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
Think
Yeah,
about it, like
I
keeping
know
it
that
realistic.
Yeah, I learned that.
Hey,
Like-
Dad.
Because
Don't bring that
I
shit over here.
legitimately have a best friend
Yeah.
who I kept messing with her. Why won't they get married? Because they so in love. And she was like, "No, there's some things that need to be
That
taken care
child
of."
support,
So
huh?
then, like later on in life, when me and her dad ran up on bro, was like, "Nigga, what you stalling for?" I got this child support issue. We was like, "Say less." And a lot of people don't like. That's another
Because
thing.
some of
Yeah.
y'all child support is just too far. Just too
Ridiculous.
far.
Child-
I should have been taking care of them kids long time ago.
Child support worse than
Y'all
student
in
loans
Jail.
Yeah, that would definitely put it on your credit
Yeah.
report.
in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And then if the man doesn't
Liens
have a
against-
job, it's going to go to the wife. I'm not paying that. Baby, bye.
I'm saying, but that's why
That's how
you
it
should have those
responds.
conversations.
Okay.
And you know what? Sometimes
I
people don't
figured
have
that
those
out, too.
conversations because they don't know how to have those conversations. Like you don't know what's on your credit or what credit is because if you grew up in a true black household, Big
Right.
Mama didn't let you
Let's
owe
just-
nothing.
Exactly.
Everything was always paid for cash or paid
Yeah.
off. The only time they was talking about
They-
credit
I
or
don't
something
think
like
they
that.
use credit.
Yep,
I
they
think
didn't.
They just like my big mom and them like they little old trucks and stuff. I think they paid cash.
Yeah, they saved up and then they just
Yeah.
went and bought it right
And
out. They don't
houses
want to
paid
owe
for
nobody.
everything.
Under the mattress.
It took me to be on W-2 to learn how to balance a checkbook because
I
they
learned
made
that
me.
at West Tallahatchie High School,
West
No.
Tallahassee.
the high school I went to.
That's the high school.
Because they try, because it's predominantly black. They try to teach us.
See, they don't
I'm glad they
teach
did that
it
to you.
here.
They didn't do that here.
Yeah, and we had a Black History course. We had to pass to graduate. They had a Black History. They down south
Yeah.
they play that in the black.
Oh, that's because
No,
that's
no.
that's
They don't
Nigga
play
View
So
that.
USA.
I was on W-2. Luckily, I had a good, what they call it? Case manager,
Case
worker, whatever. She was like, open up a bank account. Cool. What I supposed to do with this checkbook?
Don't
so-
touch it.
No, but it still, I learned how to manage it and how to write checks and stuff.
No, that's like the hardest thing for
It's
black
hard.
folks.
Oh, look.
And that's
Yeah.
why I
They
ended
don't
up
take that money
money
out
out right away. I ended up on check systems
You-
and all type of
you
stuff
niggas
because
is-
I'm just writing it. So
Y'all
then I had to
niggas
go back.
horrible.
So,
Yeah.
Ain't no being on this show. We be honest.
Yeah.
Like I'm just saying this in general
I
because
might still be on check.
I used to my
I should
same
be off of
job.
by
I
now.
worked the fraud department, and you'd
Yeah.
be surprised how many people was check hiding.
It's hard. So
Pay
anytime
that
I
bill,
always
like,
say
okay,
no
you paid,
checks
and
because I don't
then
have
went and
time
spent
for
the money.
it. Just no checks. I don't want to deal with it. It's too complicated. If my godmother was here, she'd get on me.
Is it safe with what's going on now? Are banks safe right now? Because it seems like
Yeah,
it's
I
about
ain't
to be
messing
the
with it.
whole end of the
Shit.
world, and we probably
I'm
want the
not
system
messing with the
shut
bank.
down.
She don't want to
We
answer that.
Probably
Hard.
won't be able
What?
to get a
No, hold on.
The
Hold
best
on.
bet
Let
is
me,
to go-
let me combine that. That was a lot. Is it better to bank with a bank or a credit
union.
And why?
I'm asked that on Facebook,
Okay.
and everybody
What's
told me
the
a credit
difference?
union.
Let's go here. What's the difference?
So it's better to bank with a credit union because they are not as regulated, should you say, with the FDIC, right? So the
Gotcha.
smaller credit unions, first of all, they service more of us and the needs that we have in our community, to be quite frank. And so it's best that we've been doing that in the first place. That's what we should have been doing. But the banks are too iffy. The banks now are even borrowing against
Yes.
to stay afloat.
Yes, because my friend trying to pull his money out, some of his money out the bank because he needed it for somebody for flights, and he had to go to 4 different banks because they was like, we don't have your money. He was like, what you mean?
Yeah,
you don't have my money.
Banks don't keep your money. Banks want people to give their money, and then they loan that money out to somebody, and
So
they
you
charge
didn't
an
have
interest.
enough money to pay me what I put in here.
Banks never, honest to God, never have enough money. That's why it's so important for them to get counts. So let's say you go ahead, you put $1,000 in my bank, right? I got your $1,000. Treese comes in, she needs a loan, right? I loan her $1,000. I charge her 14% for my $1,000. Because I had your money, it says, hey, I'm going to hold on to your money for about 90 days. Her loan is 60 days. She charges 14% because I say, hey, let me hold your money for 90 days. You say, cool, I'll give you 5%. The difference of that 9% is how banks actually make their own money. So the next time somebody come in, I can still loan another $1,000 because I still got 30 days, so I got to make sure you get all your money back. I can now loan it for more and make more money. That's why when banks say, oh, we can't give you what you need right now, we need 14 days, because they got to pull those funds from somebody else.
Wow.
See, I knew all this stuff. I just wanted a specialist.
You're funny.
Point blank, period.
Yeah, because I wanted to open up a business account. And I'm
Good
like,
luck,
where
because
should
them
I
credit
go?
union
Everybody
lines be
said-
long.
Don't say it. I got one down the street from my house.
Gotta go
Landmark.
past yours.
Yeah.
Don't have me dead
Long.
on
Which
the
is
street
crazy
from my
because I
house.
went to a first
I'll be like, I'm not sitting
buyer's
in this
thing,
line.
and they like
That's
go
the
to
only
a
reason
bank.
why I
I go
won't do
down
it.
the street
Why
to
would
my
they tell you to
bank.
go
They
to a
lying
bank?
empty to
That's
the
the first thing that we need. Old school.
Old school.
That line is ridiculous.
Oh, landmark be
Credit union.
landmark
That's
be
why I
long.
ain't got one credit union. It's a credit union right by my house. What is it called?
That's
Landmark.
landmark by your house.
Look.
They
Why? Because the lines be long.
open to close.
Because that's with everything though, because you can't go inside.
But no, they always landmark is like that. Landmark.
Wells Fargo could kiss my behind because they Ooh, Jesus.
I don't have a problem with them.
I don't like
With
them.
Wells Fargo?
Yeah, I don't mess with
no,
Wells
they
Fargo.
not what they used to be.
Yeah, I left them alone
Ooh,
long
they
time
not what
ago.
they used to be. And I worked for them, and I'm saying that. I
Yeah.
pull my money ASAP. Wells Fargo has a nasty habit of fee hiding.
Yes.
So, let's say you got $100. All right? You go ahead and you make purchases of $50, $40, $20, $10, $10, and $5. Okay? They will go ahead and they will post it, but they won't post it in order.
Yeah, they do that.
So the cheapest stuff starts posting first. But then they won't, for some odd reason, that $50 would disappear. It would never say it's a pending transaction, even though it was the first one.
Don't be that. Now all of a sudden it shows up.
So, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, you now look like you got $32 you can use. So you
don't.
thinking, okay, all these transactions done, you clear, you good. You go do some gas, some chicken, or whatever you finna go do with your money because you thought you had $32. All of a sudden, day 5, you got hit with that $50.
Yeah, you negative now.
Now you negative. Everything you made after that day, that $50 was initially purchased, 36, 36, 36, 36.
Yeah,
So
that's why
all
I
of
don't
a
mess
sudden,
with
you
them.
just got 5 late fees, all
nothing.
because they took a transaction that one day said was clear, and all of a sudden it's not clear anymore.
Yeah.
They had a nasty habit of doing that. It was one time they did it to me. 20 late fees hit my account all at the same time because they said, "Hold up, no." So they said my paycheck because they said my paycheck
You say 20.
Then bring your manager out here so I can act. Somebody gonna give me my money back.
because they said my paycheck. Now have you mind? I'm working at your company, so how is my paycheck not in the right account? But I work here. They have to reverse not only all 20 of those late fees, they went back and took care of 10 more that happened.
Wait, you
previously
was
before.
working there too?
Yeah,
Oh, heck no.
So they knew you was gonna get your money,
big facts.
but they took it anyway.
Because that's just how they manage the system. Period.
Yeah, I don't mess with them. I've been done with they ass.
Yeah, Webby, you've been with Landmark for 35 years. It'll take that long to get to the damn teller. That
Damn,
must be
Webby.
long.
So you about 50 then, since you've been with them 35. You about 50.
You been the last Web?
Damn. Webby.
You can't go to Landmark on the weekends or after 5, man.
No, yeah.
Rent time.
That's true.
I just be riding past like, what in the world?
But
You be thinking they be giving away money.
But the one advantage that credit unions do have is they're more likely to have a central location place where you can do all that banking at, regardless of whatever credit union you're at. It used to be one on Brown Deer Road where that Walmart is. It just looks like an ordinary plain bank, but literally it's like a center, a payment center for all the credit unions. So no matter who your bank is, you can go there and take care of your business.
Oh.
I have to do some research.
Good to
I'm
know.
a research person, basically about where I'm sticking my money. Because in about a year, I'm going to be rich. Some of
Rich,
y'all know
rich.
that.
I heard
Well, you
that.
better go ahead and get
Put
you.
it in the air.
Well, you
gotta
better
speak
go
it.
ahead and
You
get you an
gotta
accountant
speak
now.
it.
Then
Something is gonna happen.
Speak it. Right? You
no
gotta
real talk.
speak
Go,
it.
you get you an accountant now.
Yeah.
Speak it into existence.
But I have to do research and everything about where.
Webby said it's a new one on Port Washington.
Landmark, it probably is.
I don't go down them ways no more.
You want it over there?
No.
Sherwood banned you.
No. Since I moved from them ways, I just don't go that way anymore.
I agree with you. I won't go past.
Well, unless I got to go to the doctor, my
Capital.
doctor and stuff on the east side, but
I won't go past Capital anymore.
To it. So credit is in financial stability is very important in a relationship, correct?
Absolutely.
Correct.
There should be if it's a real relationship.
Right.
If you just date, maybe not. But
Right.
yeah,
Right.
if you're building with this person, absolutely.
So we never get to when should we say? Everybody got a different answer on when should we talk about it?
Let's go based off what the financial advisor says.
yeah,
When
what
should we
would
talk
be
about
your answer?
My answer would be when it gets serious. When you know you're going in a direction in which you know you want to be with this person, you want to build with this person, you should start having these conversations so that you don't get too far along in being serious with the person that may not even be interested in building like you want to build. Like let's be honest.
Which I don't understand, like the city of Milwaukee. Okay, let's go here. A person will spend thousands on getting bodies done and rentals and all this other stuff, but don't own nothing.
And they may not want
That's
to.
stupid.
They
don't
may
want-
not see the
they may-
importance.
they
That's
see
not the
importance.
person for me.
A lot of people don't see the
That's not the
value of
person for
owning
me.
anything
But you
anymore.
don't- but
When
don't
renting,
own nada,
when renting
right.
can take care of everything for you. That's why people won't do it. That's why rent is higher than mortgage, because people would rather rent because I don't have. Let's take the last snow day we just had. People who live in apartment buildings like, oh, I didn't have to worry about the snow. Whereas in homeowners is like, shit, my whole body still hurt.
From shoveling.
Things like this make people make irrational decisions, unfortunately. So back to what you were saying. So what you're telling me is the day when I said, baby, I want to take this relationship to the next level, what your bank account look like?
You don't have to put it like that, but you definitely want to have
So
those
before
serious
you
conversations.
move in,
I'm
yeah.
broke.
When it gets
You
serious.
wanna make the-
I'm broke. What if I say, because I don't
I'm
want
broke,
nobody to know what my
baby.
baby account look like.
I'm broke,
First
baby.
off, because you can't tell all your business.
Let's start with the credit. Let's start in a good way to enter that conversation. We'll ask them, what are some of their motivations, some of the things that they want to do. What are some of your where you see yourself?
5 years?
Come on,
That's a
Yeah,
that's a
I-
and
challenge.
how are you
ask
going to
that
get
question.
there?
Right.
And how are you going to
Yeah.
get there? What's your
Yeah.
plan for arriving there? And then you can go
I
off
agree.
into how's your credit or your bank account or
Right,
whatever.
right.
So that you at least get to an understanding of where they really want to go.
But can you really have this conversation with somebody when majority of the people don't even understand what financial stability is, though? You have to think about it. Let's think about it. She's literally just started worrying about her credit. She just started fixing her credit. She probably didn't care about her credit until the person she was dating with last cared about their credit. How could they have had that conversation when neither one of them knew what to worry about?
So one of the things that, in keeping that
No,
in
you
mind,
not.
you may not know exactly what to worry about, but you know what you want to obtain. You know what you
Correct.
want to do. And so you have to start somewhere. And if you don't know, then and both of you want to know, then you go somewhere together where you can find out the information to arrive to that end goal of whatever you all want to do together. You know, it's not that you have to know everything, but the conversations have to be started.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I say people don't ask the right questions. People don't talk about the right things. And that's where communication get lost. And that's where things don't work out. Now y'all toxic to each other because everybody mad because everybody broke.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So let's be
But
honest.
that's toxic relationships be the best relationships, though.
Come on now.
Don't
How
you
was
even say
toxic
nothing.
good? There's
Not
nothing
for
about
marriage,
toxicity
though.
Fix my crown.
Let me
They make
clarify
it
that.
glorified.
Not to
They
be
glorify
married.
Toxic. It's horrible.
Jesus
I know,
Christ.
I was in a 13-year one. It's horrible.
But I always
Oh, I
said
don't do
before I get
toxic.
married, the credit need to be up to par. We both can't go into
What's
this.
your no? I want you. What's your definition of up to par then?
To tell you the truth, I want my credit score to be 800. I'm shooting
We at
for
least
the
need to
stars.
be 7.
I'm
Because
shooting
then
for
we
the
can work
stars.
together to build
I
up to
ain't
the
gonna
8.
lie to me.
I'm only asking
800.
because people
No.
is different levels for different
My
things.
personal goal is to get to 7.
I'm not buying nothing until I get 800.
My personal goal is to get to 7. So if I'm a 7, you a 7, now we can help each other out
So
to
y'all can
build
be
it
a
up.
14.
Yeah, that's cool.
What?
So y'all can be 14.
So if you're both at a 7, that at least shows that both of you have some dedication,
Right.
And you know what I mean. So you tested one another, yourself out, and one another out too.
Right.
You can start there.
That's
There's
my-
gonna be
and
a
you
can
lot
build
of
from
at
that.
home. There's gonna be a lot of at home date nights as y'all try to get to the journey for 7. Just want you to
That's
know that.
fine.
Huh?
I like to be in the house.
What I got to do with being at home?
Well, you can't go out if you ain't got the
I'm not,
credit.
I gotta spend my. I gotta get my money to get my credit up. I got these loans I gotta pay off.
Well, first of all, you don't need to have all them damn loans.
The
What
thing
are you
about
doing?
me,
You don't know what I
don't
did in my
have
past.
any
It's just now
loans.
catching up to you.
I don't even have loans. I'm glad.
You don't know what my past was
I
like.
feel bad. I should have went to college, but I didn't. But y'all students who did.
Hey now. Hey.
The loans messed up your credit.
Wait a minute.
But
Biden
you-
said
but
he
you know
gonna pay
what?
some of them off.
Let's go there.
No,
He say he
Let's
paying some
go
of them
there.
off.
Is deferring a loan, do that mess up your credit?
Nah.
No,
Okay.
deferring. It's when you do nothing about them that messes
Yeah.
up your credit.
Okay.
Or
And-
going to get payday loans.
Oh.
Don't-
I defer.
So
like a
on those
motherfucker.
student loans too, let me tell you, a lot of us, like, you know that you're behind on your student loans, but yet you want to make a call or you want to pick up the phone when they call.
People are so
It is
scared
damaging
to
your
call.
credit. Yeah, it's
They
damaging
send
your
you
credit.
an email like,
What,
do you
baby?
want to defer? Click yes.
It's
Boom.
really simple, and you would be surprised. Most people, if you
ignorant.
get on the phone with them, they have repayment options that fit your income, right?
Yeah.
So, say you might make 40,000,
So I can
50,000 a
pay.
month, and have your dependents as well. All you have to do is provide their proof,
Right.
and your payments may be little to nothing, if anything at all.
They be
Like
begging
real
you
talk.
to come pay your bill.
Okay,
They
that.
do.
And,
Well, since I'm in school now, I don't have to pay.
That's
Right.
different though,
okay.
Yeah.
because
If
part of
you
the
in
way
school,
you're
you don't
arranged-
have to pay on them.
certain
No.
Not till
loans,
6
certain-
months after you
Yeah,
graduate.
certain loans
I
you
got
don't
2
have to.
long more years.
What about doctor bills?
Or they can come off your credit.
No, I'm just
Some of the
asking.
easiest
Because
ones to
some
come
of
off,
these
actually.
things people need to know. Like,
It's so easy to get on a
do
payment
doctor
plan, though.
Bills affect
Oh.
your credit?
Oh yeah, not anymore.
A payment plan for the doctor bill, or for like a doctor bill that's going into collection.
Collection.
Let's talk on that
Yeah.
real quick,
Okay.
because they have us fooled
Okay.
when it comes to these medical bills that have gone into collections. Number one, they can be disputed, and they can be disputed on the basis of they have violated HIPAA. When they provide the information to these collection agencies and they coming after you, they have provided some. It's not just the numbers on the paper; it's what was
What
done.
was done. Gotcha.
HIPAA. Number one. Number two, you don't owe a collection agency. Your agreement was with the hospital or the doctor that you went to. That's who you signed off with. You never had an agreement with the collection agency. So by law, you really don't owe them. But when you start paying them, say you make an arrangement to pay on these medical bills that went into collection. So now you let them know, yes, it's me. and yes, it's mine. So now they got you. When you start paying or when you start talking to them. And say it's one that has been on your credit report for, say, a couple of years, you did nothing about it, and then all of a sudden you start paying on it because you came to the realization, I got to do something about my credit. Oh, well, you only had about 5 more years for this to remain on your credit report. But now that you started actually paying on it, that recent activity, it restarts that that amount of time. So we have to be careful when it comes to collections. Oh, and one more thing on the collections, if you are paying off collections, make sure before you go to these collection agencies and start paying things off that you have provided them with a pay for delete letter. Pay for delete letter meaning that if I pay this bill in full, will it come off of my credit report? Because that is not something that is automatic.
Nope.
Some of them do it, but it's not an automatic thing just because you pay it.
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah, it may just go ahead and update it on your credit report as paid as agreed or settle for less than the amount due or what have you. They may do that. But if you pay this whole thing, you have the right to ask for pay for deletion. So that it's off your credit report.
My job is one of the ones that don't delete. And when I tell you, we get calls all day about, well, I paid this and it's supposed to be deleted off my credit. No, it don't. We just updated that you paid it off. Well, when does it go away? I don't know. At this point, they be upset. Oh yeah, here's another thing. If you're looking at trying to refinance a home or trying to buy a home, don't touch nothing on your credit if you've already got a pre-approval letter. People do it all the time. Mm-hmm. Whatever your pre-approval score is, and it goes based on exactly what happens. If you try to go clear something up because your mortgage person says, oh, we can get you a better rate if you make this go away, it can actually make it worse. If it's an old account that's been charged off, meaning that you haven't paid it, collections at that point right now says, hey, we can't confirm who it is. We just going to call it a wash. If you go make a payment on that, because your account is listed as charged off, it actually will drop your score no matter how much of a payment you made. Mm-hmm. It can drop your score almost a whole 100 points. Now, when they get done doing what they're supposed to do, it can go up. But at that time you got that 100 hit, it's too late. That pre-approval might be gone now.
100 points, I'll cry.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I will cry.
That's good to know.
Like, really ball. That's a lot.
It is.
It is a lot.
It is. I had a whole lady that she was trying to fix her credit. She had a $50 bill with us that she never knew she had that charged off because we could never get a hold of her. She paid that $50 off, and her whole score dropped 100 points because it was reported as a charge off, meaning that it was done. We wasn't going to look for you anytime soon anyway. We were just waiting for the statute of limitations. But because the credit reporting agency reports it as new activity, it reports it as new activity based on the last thing that was said, which is charged off. If she would have left it alone, let her loan go through, and then came back and did it, it wouldn't affect it nothing. Her score would have went down, but it would have went back up after we updated everything.
That's crazy how this credit stuff works.
Yeah, it's definitely something you have to educate yourself about it. And it's not a one-size-fit-all deal when it comes to credit. Again, it's about having that good credit mix. It's about knowing what things are weighing the highest and what things are, like you said, are showing as reporting. Some things might just be on there, but they're not reporting every month, you know. We even have to be careful about the deletions because keep in mind, if you're getting our things that are deleted, say it's an account that's 5 years old, may not be in good standing, but you want to delete it. So you have to think you're also taking away 5 years of history as well off your credit report. Think about, I don't know if you knew anybody that it happened to, but a couple of years ago, I don't even think it's been 2 years. You know how We Energies was reporting on everyone's credit, and all of a sudden was snatched. They stopped. Right. A lot of people's credit score dropped just because now that history is gone. All that time.
We Energies don't put credit on.
No, they stopped.
Nope.
They stopped.
Yeah, that hurt me too because I used to pay my stuff on time just because I knew they reported.
Yeah, I was one of those that it affected too. I'm just like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, and some of them they only report when
Yeah,
it was bad. Oh yeah,
it was
because you
about
lose a history.
Yeah.
You got to think about how long.
Have you had your
how long
light
you've
bill?
had this?
Or whatever.
Like how long?
Man, since I was like 21.
So let's say
Yeah.
you've been with we when that's 5 years that would have went away.
It don't matter. They always
I didn't,
report.
like,
Yeah.
when I first moved here again, I didn't pay attention to my credit. I learned from my guy friends who have businesses and stuff and getting their credit, that was getting their credit together or have good credit. So that's how I learned about my
Right.
that it was important to have it. So that's why I started. And then I had talked to my sister because she was building her credit. And my other sister had bought her this big, pretty house. And because she had built her credit. So I was like, y'all teach me, how to build my credit. And that's what they did. And so I've been working on that since, So I'm a beginner, but my stuff shot up quick because I didn't have a lot on my credit.
Yeah.
So it was just like
You was
You're a
mostly
builder.
you were
You're a
mostly
builder.
utilization.
right. She
You
looked
had to
at my.
have
She was
something.
like, "You ain't even really got nothing to know here. It's just you know what I'm saying."
Yeah, I'm building.
Yeah.
That's
So
what I'm
she
doing.
was like, "You just gotta build." So she started, showing me how to do that, and then it shot up so quick, So that's how mine started. But yeah, other people. Speaking of bankruptcy.
Mm.
Let's go there. A lot of people file bankruptcy. How do that affect?
Ooh, it depends on which one you file first of all.
Okay, it's a couple. It's like 11, 13 of them, right?
It's actually more than that. It's
She
more
said
than
11,
that.
13.
But it's
Chapter 11 and chapter 13.
It's like a book,
7.
right?
It's
Chapters.
I found
more.
chapter
She's talking like it's the
7
Bible.
before.
It's a lot. It's
Is
about
that what
in
it's called?
Wisconsin.
Is it a chapter 7, right?
That's one of them. In
Yeah, I
Wisconsin.
found that
It
before.
don't go through chapter 1, 2,
No,
No,
shut,
ma'am.
shut up.
I did a chapter
Shut up.
7 before.
Shut up.
I did that before.
In Wisconsin, there's about 3.5 different types of bankruptcy. There's the 7, which is the free and clear. There's the 11, which is mostly the business bankruptcy. So, like, let's say TDR hit a financial straight and I need to get up out of all this debt. I'll do an 11. 13 is it's kind of like a repayment one. And then Wisconsin has something called a Chapter 128. It's like a 13 where you repay your debts back, but it doesn't have the same kind of impact, if I'm not mistaken.
On your credit report.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same
it
kind of
does.
impact on it. So it's kind of like a broom that sweeps your credit, but your history kind of stays where it is. It doesn't have to start all over, so it doesn't look bad. People who file bankruptcies only do it if there's no other way you can get from up under this situation. That's the number one thing I want to say. If it's something that you can pay and you just don't have enough money, you can still get away with that. So if you can owe $1,000 on a credit card and you can do a hardship settlement with them where it's like, hey, I can pay you $5 a month until I can get whatever I can get. That's a whole lot better than filing a bankruptcy.
Okay.
If you only this is the best thing. If you have under $10,000 worth of debt on your credit report, don't waste your time with a bankruptcy. Because one, if it's
Gotcha.
federal debt, it's not going to go away anyway. It might
Right.
be suppressed, but it's going to come back. Because that was my job for a year. I literally called on 30-year-old fucking student loans. You got to pay this. So that federal debt don't go away. So child support, student loans, government aid, anything that you got to pay back, that's not going nowhere. So you might as well just do a workout plan and sell some blood every once in a while or something, because that ain't going nowhere.
Your plasma they accept.
But if you don't owe more than $25,000, don't waste your time with a bankruptcy.
Gotcha.
Because it's going to wipe everything. It's definitely going to drop your score. If you do a 7, it's going to be a clean slate. But that itself is going to stay on your history too. So you can build your score up to an 800 after a bankruptcy, but you're still going to say Chapter 7 bankruptcy on your report.
I did the chapter 7 about 13 years ago.
Oh, it's not even there.
It's not even there no more.
Nah. They don't even know you did it, fam.
Good.
And if you're going for something, they're only going to go back
when you go
about
to
2.5
get
years.
a
Oh, okay.
a car loan, they ask, did you file bankruptcy? So would that deny you your car loan because you filed it
No,
No.
bankruptcy?
not at all.
'Cause they always ask that question.
I think it's a universal question.
Yeah.
Anything credit related.
They're going to ask you, because you're talking about borrowing money. They want to know what your financial history is. So, yeah, it's pretty much a universal question. Right. But when it relates to the car loans, I'm not going to say that you'll be turned down. Now you may be at higher risk because now you have to kind of restart. And you have to reprove yourself as a borrower. Mm-hmm. And so you may have higher interest rates or something of that nature, or a higher down payment, just to secure that loan. Mm-hmm. But no, it doesn't mean that you can't get anything. Not at all. No.
You might have a higher interest rate. You might not be able to walk out with that BMW you want. You might have to go get a Kia Soul for a couple of years, but it's car loans are probably the easiest loan to get with iffy credit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Your interest rate be extra high, that's why your payment.
Or your car might not be as new as you want it. Yeah. That'd be the only difference.
Home loans are different.
Oh, man, you got to sell your soul for some of these home mortgages.
Home loans are different. Yeah. Because you're thinking about those are larger purchases than a car, so there's going to be a whole lot more stipulations that are going to be placed upon those loans. Like you say, you got to sell your soul for those.
One of the biggest reasons, the way I explain to people is a car has a depreciated value. So 5 years from now, that car will be nowhere near what the value of that loan is you took out. Whereas a home over 5 years, you can make that home worth twice as much.
Right.
Okay. You can even make that home be valued so much that you could take a second loan out on it and go buy another home. That's why homes are so much more important. So you have to make sure, one, can we trust you with our money? Two, are you going to take care of this property? Because until you pay that loan off, you still don't own that home. They own that home. So you got to take care of their shit. In so many words. So they want to make sure that all these provisions, your mortgage might be required to have mortgage insurance in it. Mm-hmm. Whereas then if something happens, it comes in and covers the loan. Right. Okay, not the home, the loan. So like how Corona hit. Mm-hmm. Some people who was like, I can't wait till I pay off 20% so I can get rid of this, are the first ones being happy they still have it because it covered their mortgage for them for at least the last year. You got escrow. Some loans might require that your taxes and insurance get paid with your monthly payment. No, we don't trust you to do it on your own, fam. We take care of that. So now your monthly payment, which may have been $425, is now $650, still less than rent, but at least all your taxes and your insurance and everything is covered. Also, depending on what kind of loan you get. First-time homeowners might have to get a governmentally backed loan. They won't let you get a standard loan if you can't bring 20 to 25% to the table. So, I mean, there's a lot more stipulations, but there's so much more can gain owning a home. So it's not just necessarily saying, shit, I got to shovel my own snow. Like, nigga, you can literally roll all your bills into your mortgage if you know what you're doing. Right. You can literally only have one bill a month if you know what you're doing when it comes time for you to purchase a home.
See, nobody tells us that.
Exactly.
Nobody teaches us that. Because that's the case. I go out and buy a home quick because the fact is, I'm thinking, and like you said, I'm thinking, sure, I might as well rent because look, when that water heater go out, what if I ain't got the money to fix it? When something happened, where I ain't got the roof, something happened, what if I ain't got the money to fix it? Me renting from they fixing all that.
But you also paying in some cases twice as much.
But that's I'm learning today.
Right. But you also, here's the difference though. As much as, and I've been hating social media lately because of this, everybody wants everything to be an LLC. Everybody needs to go out and own stuff. Everybody needs to take their stimmy and do this positive stuff. That's not for everybody. I always say, look at where your life is. Let me ask you a question. Do you plan on still being in Milwaukee in 5 years?
No.
So would it make sense for you to buy a home if you know within the next 5 years you're going to be gone?
Right.
But what if I told you there's a loan that you could get that you only pay interest for 5 years, and at that 5 years, if you could sell your home instead, and you don't have to never worry about ever paying with that loan off at all because you never planned on staying here past 5 years anyway. Think of it like leasing a home. See, these are types of mortgages out there. It's called an ARM loan, where the interest rate adjusts, but when you make your monthly payment, you can pay only what the interest of that payment would have been. So instead of you paying a $650 payment every month for 5 years, you can only pay $200. But, you have to either A, plan on refinancing before year 5, or getting rid of that house by year 5. Because when year 5 comes around, the payment going to jump up to $1,000.
That's right.
Right. Okay.
That's how a lot of people got messed up in the housing market crash about 10 years ago. I was in there.
Okay. Yeah. We're gonna have to talk more about this because I'm actually learning a lot. I don't know about the rest of y'all out there, but I am learning.
The way the comments is going, we are, and it looked like we should have had Webby on this episode because he
know a lot.
He been dropping knowledge.
YouTube was my best friend.
Hey, all BS aside, YouTube is actually a really good place to learn shit like this.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
a good starting point.
and guess what? Your
YouTube
best friend
University.
Clubhouse too. Lately, a lot of folks been dropping educational points in there. I'm not calling them gyms no more. They just ruined that word.
I'm going into
Right.
topics. I got a few topics for the show, to come up,
I don't care. I don't care. It's your show.
Lord have mercy.
We about to get cracking. But I appreciate all the knowledge that you gave because, like I said, I didn't know a lot of this, and like I said, as before, we didn't grow up talking about it. We don't talk about finances, and when we date people or get into relationships, that be the last thing people talk about. I think finances, if you married, finances should be talked about once a month, especially if y'all have separate accounts. Make sure y'all all together. Make sure everything is together.
Just open a third account, put both y'all name on it.
What? Huh? Yeah, open a
Yeah, you
third.
should have a joint.
joint.
You should have a joint.
You
Open
can
a
still
joint.
have a joint,
Yeah.
but best believe.
Gotta have your
Mama
own.
gonna have her own.
Yeah, go ahead and put bill money in there, and then
Wendy Williams told me a lot this week.
we're not gonna talk about
Did she
her.
say Wendy Williams? Please don't. I don't want to do it.
We've been doing good till you said that.
Look, everybody played the hell out of us. That's stupid for a man. But anyways, that's another conversation. Stop being stupid for these niggas. Stop putting loans, cars, houses, businesses in y'all names for these men.
I'm gonna have to
That's a
turn
whole
into
different-
Ike.
That's
That's
because
a
they got.
whole different
Ike
conversation.
and Tina Turner right there, boy.
That's because they got addicted to what the dick did.
That's a shame.
I'm just saying.
Negative.
Horrible.
I like girls. I don't have that problem. I don't have that problem.
Whoa.
But I appreciate you coming on. It was very informative.
We gotta have you back.
I definitely gonna have you back because I have a bunch more
A
questions.
bunch more questions. Yeah, I could do this all day.
She gonna be in your DMs.
Because like I said, I'm planning on, I don't know, I don't want a house. I might get a condo. I don't want a house because my kids are grown. No, I live by myself now.
Condos suck.
So it's just like, what do I need a big house for?
You got a small house.
They
Huh?
got ranch style.
You gotta get a small house.
I might have one built, so if I die, my kids will have something.
Just get
But-
a container house.
Right now, it's just like I could do
A
a
container?
condo or something.
Yeah, look it up.
I know
Empty
this.
nester.
I'm empty nester,
She's
you
like, I don't
know?
want to clean
I'ma give
all
me a
these
tiny
rooms,
house.
all this dust.
You cannot live in a
My
tiny
partner,
house.
I be like,
It's okay.
I can't see you living in
Right.
a tiny house.
So, it is
I can't see you doing it.
I can't live in no
just
tiny
don't
house.
feel
I can't
like
see you
me
doing a tiny
by
house.
myself, because married people, once their kids leave, they downsize too. So me,
They
Yeah.
just leave. Period.
I don't even need a big house. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
What? It's just gonna be me, like sitting in there.
Come on.
Oh, and you giving
You
room
gotta have
for
a
them
room.
to come back anytime
Right.
they want to.
More people want to come stay
Right,
with you.
and for
I'm
real,
telling you.
like, you got no room. I ain't got no room.
You gotta have at least 2 rooms.
I have an
I need
extra
3.
bedroom, and that's my closet.
No,
And
'cause what
this
about the
weekend when
grandbabies?
My friends come into town. They have the extra bedroom.
But what about
That's
the grandbabies?
it.
They gotta have their space.
Who?
The grandbabies.
I don't have any. And
You
I'm
will-
not planning on having any for a long time.
No,
You
ain't
gonna
got
have
no
some
control.
grandbabies.
You ain't got
how you
no
gonna
control.
plan on it? What are you
Home
talking
for the
about?
grandbaby.
This
I
ain't your
plan on-
decision, Mom.
She said, I don't plan on having.
You ain't got no control over that. Son is home now. He would have
She
kids.
said, I don't plan on it. How you gonna plan somebody?
Before he left.
He
don't
wasn't
mean nothing.
thinking back then.
She said, I don't plan on having no.
He
grandbaby.
home
My
now.
kids just got grown. Don't bring no grandbabies. I'm sure I'm starting to live my best life. Let me find a husband. Hello.
Hey.
Let me have
What that
some
got to
fun.
do with the grandkids?
Because they want to. The thing about grandchildren, because I did it to my mama, we dropped them off all the time.
Now you feel my
oh,
pain.
oh, so you scared? That's what it
Little
is.
baby.
You scared?
Oh, you think you about to repine?
We dropped them off all the time. We want to go out. We want to party.
So what do you expect from your man? Because you gonna be the man that he gonna have grandkids.
I don't have a man. That's
when
the
you
thing. Right
when you
now.
get a man, that
Right.
man is
He
gonna
gonna
come
have
with
grandkids,
grandkids.
right.
And first off,
Look at it. Look at it.
we got to be settled before anybody children start coming over. We gonna do that.
Look,
because other people kids don't respect your space. I'm sorry. I'm a kid person, but these kids nowadays, they don't respect you or your space.
But they your grandkids, so you can put your foot down on them without no consequences or repercussions.
But
That's the
grandma,
difference.
hell no, because grandmamas are different. I learned that from my mom.
Because
she used to hammer our ass to death.
That's
But when
all
it comes to these
grandparents. That's all
grandkids,
grandparents.
They
we
always
don't
they
do
tr-
that.
they
That's
tr-
all grandparents. It don't
Because
matter.
when
Yeah,
they-
my mama did that.
I feel like I'm gonna be like that. Don't be whooping that baby. No,
Yeah.
the best out of you though.
Because when they was your parents, they were trying to discipline you. Now that when they got your kids, they trying to get into heaven.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's different.
It is
They trying to get
different.
Yeah.
Because
Might be on to
no,
something.
you know, no. This is what
because-
this is what my mama really told me. She was like, when you was the kid, I always had to get into you. Now I see you going through everything I went through.
Yeah.
I just want you to struggle even harder. So
Facts.
they always
Yep,
are
that's
nice
what
to
they
the
took
kids
it, yeah.
and be the rebounds for the kids that make it harder for us.
Yep.
I don't
Because
want
then they
them
come home and say, my grandma said.
Facts. And you
Oh,
know,
I can't stand that. What you mean? Your grandma
My grandma
said.
said.
My
What
niece
I say.
Maria is good for that, telling on her mama to my mama. Ooh,
Yeah.
she is so
My
good.
grandma
Mommy,
said-
my mommy, she be snitching to my mama about her mama.
No.
But nah, I don't want them problems.
no, my
I'm
kids
not
ain't
ready
got
for
that
them
problem. They go
problems.
by their granny's house and it's like strict law.
Don't drop no kids off by me, because
They-
I swear to God, I'll send them right back.
They go by their granny house and do more homework than they do at home with me.
But then all my friends got grandkids, and then they so, ooh, my grandbaby. I think I'm gonna be like that, but then I'm also still single too, so it's just like.
Hey, you
I'm
want to
gonna have
practice
have a life,
with the
too.
baby I got? You want to practice?
You
I see
definitely
how
have one.
She look bad.
You can have
That's
my.
it.
You can take my two for a couple of weekends.
I got. She know how to walk now. Shh.
She looked bad, but this financial episode was very, 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 and I'm gonna have you back because it's a lot that we didn't cover. So I want to.
Yeah. 1, 2,
okay.
3, 4, 5, 6.
What you got?
She taking notes.
She take
6
notes.
tips that I
Oh, I
got.
thought you
know,
had
I
like
don't even know.
no. I thought you said you had 6 questions.
No.
I was like, we got 15 minutes.
But
No, I got 6
we
tips
gonna
that I wrote down.
definitely bring you back for more because it's more to this than, and I'm learning, and you know I'm a fast learner, but I'm also slow. Sometimes you have to walk.
You
me
want to be
through
medium
some
slow?
stuff.
You want to be a part of the crew?
No, that
No.
medium slow.
Like, and
That's a
where
whole
you learn
own
quick, you
brand.
learn things quick, but some things you don't comprehend. Like, wait a minute, like,
Ouch.
when it comes to like paperwork and stuff, and like getting into the fine print of everything, you know, I kind of
That's what you pay her for.
overlooked
The
that.
fine prints.
That's what you
Oh,
pay
To
her
be
for.
honest, we talked about this like last week. I'm like, he better not have somebody up in here lying because I'm gonna bust
Yeah.
them out.
Yeah.
But
she
no, I was ready.
because She had the question. What was the
I think I asked it.
about why people? Because it's a lot of.
Oh yeah,
credit
about why
repairs
do we
out
come to
there
you?
that charging 5, 6,
Yeah.
8.
No, you asked it. Actually, you
$1,500.
asked her the question. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Wait. You thought I was just gonna bring some bogus
No,
guests up in
hey,
here?
people be scheming. I be on Facebook.
I wouldn't.
And I
First
was
of all,
It's a
ready.
lot. You got to be
I was
careful.
ready to
no,
go
you
to
do
war.
got to be careful. But
No, yeah,
I thoroughly pick the people.
I was ready to go to war.
Just to they
But
charge
no,
you
I
a
really
bunch of
appreciate
money
you
just
because
to delete
yeah.
Stuff you
stuff
can do on
off
your own.
credit.
Yeah.
Per delete. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Right.
I hate that. Like, I'll be at work. Can I do a pay for delete? No.
Somebody said this dude charged $1,500, but he'll get your credit score up to like 740.
Yeah, this guy
And
was
I'm
charging $1,200. And I said, for what?
We're speaking of the
No.
what you said before. I want to bring up where people add you onto their credit.
Authorized user.
No.
Trade line.
Trade line.
Trade line, yeah.
Explain before we leave. Explain a trade line to me. How does that work?
So
'Cause some people get it right before they go to a car lot or things of that nature because it only lasts a certain amount of time. Correct, if I'm not mistaken.
The trade lines are. I know what you're talking about. So you're talking about basically you become an authorized user for
You paying somebody
X
to be on
amount
their
a
credit.
month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you know somebody that already has good credit, like we talked about, you adding your children or whatever, it's the same thing. But people are actually, you're paying them to be on their credit if you don't have anyone, pretty much.
N-O spells no.
So
I'm not doing
yeah,
that.
but no, trade lines is not just that though. The trade lines, they just
Oh, I'm about to say that. I'm no.
trade lines are anything that is reporting on your credit report. So you have your credit cards, you have your auto loans or whatever. That's a trade line. So when we talk about adding trade lines, we have a program that you can add to your credit report, and these are rental. If you're a renter, then your rent payments can be added to 2 of the 3 bureaus, and we use that as a means of just like someone with a mortgage. It's a revolving line of credit. It's our biggest bill that we have. If it's in good standing.
Right, because
If it's
sometimes
a
I
good
don't pay
standing.
my rent on time. I ain't
But you
gonna
can
lie.
start from, there's 3
Terrible
options.
for me.
You start from, say, today, if you got started with it today, or you can backtrack 1 year. If that year has been a year of good payment history, you can add that 1 year, and you can go backtrack up to 2 years. So
I got a question.
that's an option.
So why is it that some people only report to maybe 1 or 2 credit reports, but not all of them?
Not all the creditors use that. I mean, it's optional. First of all,
Why is there 3 anyway?
How important
They're
are,
businesses.
And another
Yeah,
question
they get on
is
my
how
damn nerves
important is
with that
which
shit.
one is the most important?
the credit bureaus are just businesses. They have nothing to do with the government. They have nothing to do. So those processes are not streamlined, because it's like a government mandate or something like that. So the creditors, they can opt which ones they want to
Yeah, because
report
my
to.
car loan only goes to 1 report. Only 1. So I have one that has like a score that's almost 60 points higher than the other 2 because it has my car loan on it.
Yeah, that
So
happens.
which one
very
is more
often.
important?
There's not none that's more
'Cause
important.
somebody
Well, do
said
they look
one
at
that's-
the
Which
most,
one is
though?
the used the most?
Yeah.
It's like, was it
Yeah, somebody
Equifax?
told
I'm
me it's
thinking.
one that's
Equifax.
more important.
Equifax is used the most. So that-
Okay.
That's
I
what
thought it
lenders
was
look at.
Experian.
They look at that at the most.
Okay.
So it's not, like you said, it's not that one is more important than the other.
Because
It's
they'll
just
pull
what
all
they-
of them.
Okay.
They ever
They'll
need to
pull
do.
all of them.
Real people will pull
Right.
all of them, but some of them would only look at like
Because I be seeing that
TransUnion or
commercial like
Equifax.
Boost in 2 minutes. Like,
Experian Boost.
Yeah.
It does work.
Should
Yeah.
you do that?
Yeah.
Because I was debating on if
That's
I should
why I
do
was
that.
asked. That's
It
why I
works.
was
Yeah, 'cause I seen that
asked.
commercial.
I'm like, I got so many questions. Like,
Yeah, that Experian Boost does work. And
What the hell is that?
that goes right
It's
back
a
to
commercial.
Experian.
I seen it
It's
on
through
commercial.
Experian where you can add accounts that are not reporting to your credit reports. Those accounts that fall in those lines are usually like your utilities, just like We Energies is not voluntarily reporting anymore. You can opt for it to report, so you can go through Experian Boost.
that's how they
Your
do
cell
that.
phone, your cell phone bills, and things of that nature. You can add those type of things to your credit
God.
report.
It'd be my luck. The 1 minute I do that, it backfires.
Right.
And you select what
Exactly
goes
like
and what
that.
doesn't. So it's not
but is that a good thing to do?
if you are in good standing with those things.
Right.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
If not, no, leave it alone.
Right,
It'll be my
right.
luck. My cell phone bill go up a whole $100 as soon as I do
Right.
that.
As soon as
I'm
I do it, like, damn, I
um,
can't pay the bill.
right,
Let me
like-
make a payment
Can you
arrangement.
do a payment arrangement real quick?
You know, you learn so much. You're like,
Nah, I'm gonna leave
because
that.
I see that commercial.
I'ma leave that
I said,
alone.
"Ooh, I'm gonna ask that."
Leave that alone. I've never seen that commercial.
Oh, it come on.
It come on all the time.
Because it's the lady it's one with the lady sitting in the apartment, and all of a sudden it changes into a nice apartment, and then it's like Experian boost your credit.
It pop up
You
on
know what I'm
YouTube,
saying?
too.
I have premium YouTube, so I don't get
Oh, well,
commercials.
excuse me, Mr. Fancy Pants.
I have a business account on YouTube, so
Okay,
I don't
pardon
have
me.
commercials.
He's YouTube bougie.
Right, exactly.
I'm bougie as fuck.
I would tell you the truth. I don't know how to use my social media. Thank you, Jessica. She does it. Jessica does all my social media. I don't know. The only thing I don't really know how to use is Facebook, and that's post all my bullshit I post. Look.
You don't watch videos on YouTube?
No. So, with that being said, I thank you for coming by.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Give your business, social media, and everything before we let you go.
All right. Total Power Financial is the handle on all social media. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Not really on there, but it's on Twitter as well. Again, my name is Charcora Palmer, and the website is www.totalpowerfinancial.com, and the phone number is 414-768-3632. So,
And she will be sharing this video.
She already did.
She already did, so you probably can see her in the share. So if you need her information, just pull it up. I want to bring to the light, we're wearing someone's shirts who sent us in the mail.
Right, can y'all see mine?
No, we don't care.
Travellis, again, he makes sure. Travellis, you smart.
Right, it's all
because
black.
you know
You can't
this
see.
gonna take off one day, and you getting in where you fit
can't see
in.
mine.
You know what I'm
'Cause it's
saying?
black
But
on black.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
I respect
nice.
your hustle. I respect it. So at the end of the day, it's called
What does the shirt say?
devoted about
Devoted About Being Black.
Okay.
Well, I got my
Travellis.
shirt on, friend.
Stop rubbing yourself.
Cause I can't see it.
Travellis Davenport, he's one of my followers, and he always send me, attire, and then so
I
want
should have
to
got a
promote.
red one.
I have the red one at home, but I got that the last time, and I want to wear this one because I had the headband.
I'm disappointed.
As y'all know, I have a crown on. My birthday is Thursday.
Whoop whoop.
I will be 41. Okay, so I will see y'all at Glory Days Bar and Grill at 10 o'clock. Yes.
What?
No, you're going to what we doing earlier, but I will see you later.
Girl, I'll be in the studio recording.
Oh, well.
At 10 o'clock?
Oh, just to let y'all know, I will be posting my Cash App for mostly for y'all who be in my inbox talking about how much you love me.
Ooh.
Love my Cash App. Thank you.
Ooh.
I can't deal. I can't deal.
Damn. But thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Talking Cheap. Next week, we will have my male friends in this building. They will talk about entitlement. Why women think
that's
they
gonna
are
be a good
entitled to certain things. So that's
Ooh, so I won't be alone next week?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
You're
shit.
not gonna be alone. You're gonna be
Let us
alone.
pray right now.
Oh, shit. Got my niggas in the house.
Mm-mm.
Look, the
I ain't got to
The
say
ones
that.
that's always commenting.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
this is going to be interesting.
Yes. So they're gonna be here.
I'm bring my
next week on the
cognac next
night.
week.
In our wine.
And our wine. Make sure you have our wine.
You got to earn the wine tomorrow. I mean, next week now.
No, I ain't got to earn
I'm
nothing.
not earning the damn.
Well, no, you.
I'm not earning anything.
Her, not you. Her. She
You
gets
a
the one.
birthday gift?
You know what? I didn't know your birthday was Thursday, but I will get you one on Friday.
I will be bartending at an event. What's the name of the event?
It is the Commerce Candy Closet pop-up shop.
The Commerce Candy Closet pop-up shop. I will be bartending there. There was sex toys, ladies. Come get your rose.
That's next week, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So you got time
Then the 13th.
Time for what?
to get your inventory together. So you
You
come
know
in
you
with your
gotta
list.
get that
I
inventory.
already know what I
together.
want.
You got to. You got to get
Oh,
your
wow.
inventory.
Oh,
together. I'm
kinky
gonna see
ass.
what I need. Time to get my stuff up.
She got a lot.
excited.
She got. The crazy part is she gonna have stuff for guys and girls
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I don't have a guy. I don't care. Yeah, I just need to get me off. That's it. So if nobody told y'all today, I'm going to tell you, I love you. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Thank you for my fans that's been here every week. I appreciate y'all. Trees, have anything?
Y'all know where to catch me out.
No, we
Facebook.
don't.
Yes, you do.
we
Facebook,
don't.
Treese Marie.
You don't do nothing on Facebook.
I hate when she do her. She's so, y'all know.
Because they know who I am. They know what I do.
Trees got fans.
Talk said my dog. That's
Baby
gay.
hit. Trees got fans.
I have a lot of them.
Yeah, she got fans.
Unfortunately.
You ain't got no fans.
Excuse me?
You ain't got no fans.
No, she got fans.
You ain't got no
They be
fans,
like,
man.
I love her.
I be running from people.
Miss Crazy over there running. All right, let me see these niggas.
I'm not even crazy now.
Thank you, Shakura, for coming.
Awesome.
I want to have
Thank
you back.
you.
Did you always ask my?
Yes,
did you
I
enjoy
enjoyed it.
yourself?
I did. I
always
did.
ask, did you enjoy yourself? I appreciate you coming. Don't never think I don't. I appreciate it. And I will have you back.
All right, let's
tell them
do it.
bye. Tell them bye.
Bye.
Tell them bye so I can
She
indicate.
said
Just say bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
You didn't say. you didn't say bye. You just.